deploying a website is very simple using GitHub pages. So I will show you starting from scratch how you can be able to create a simple website using your GitHub, and then you can be able to deploy that in your GitHub pages. So let's dive in. Open up your browser, and as a first step, I will be creating a simple HTML based project in Git. So simply head over to github.com. So I will be putting in the URL and it will lead me to github.com, and then using your credential you have to sign in. So once signed in, you have to go to your create new section. So once I will be expanding this one, it will lead you to new repository. So I will be creating a new repository for my brand new website. So I have to put my repository name. So for example, new HTML site. So that is my project name and it's available as you can see, and then you have to keep it public. Okay, and then I will be adding a readme file for my documentation purpose, and then I will be ready to create the new repository. So create a repository. So once done with creating repository, you will be presented with this kind of view. You can see it's showing up the readme file. I need to clone this to my local machine so that I can add additional code whatever is needed for my website. Simply I will be copying the URL presented here so that I can clone this repository to my local desktop. So I will be cloning this one using GitHub desktop for simplicity. So once opened with GitHub desktop window, you can be able to clone that one by using clone repository. So I will be going ahead with clone repository. So I need to give the URL that I have copied from GitHub. So Control V, and in case of Mac, it will be Command V. And once you have copied that one, you can see the local path in your desktop. So you have to note it down. And once I will be clicking clone, it will be cloning that complete website to my local machine. Once done with cloning, you will be checked out to your new repository. Right now, I will be adding necessary files to this repository so that I can deploy it in GitHub pages. I have opened the local repository in my Visual Studio Code. I will be adding few pages like index.html. Okay, and to that I will be creating some basic HTML. So for example, I will be putting in h1, and this is my demo site to be deployed. Simple. I will be saving this one, and now let's run this one, how it looks. So if I will be clicking on go live, it will be presented with my local host. You can see our site is ready to be deployed. Now the same site I will be deploying to GitHub. I will be opening up GitHub desktop, and as you can see, I have changes in my HTML file. Now the same I will be checking in initial check-in, for example, and I will be copying and pasting the same over here as well, and commit to main. Now I'm pushing the changes. Right now we are ready to look into our remote repository. Let's switch to our GitHub account and let me refresh this one. Now you should be able to see that new file index.html. Now that we have our file ready to be deployed, I can head over to settings section in my GitHub project. Once in the setting page, you can see there is an option called pages. So I will head over to pages, and inside pages you have option to deploy a website. So you can see a option deploy from a branch. So source should be deployed from a branch. So in my case, branch is my main branch, right? So here, if you will come down, branch is a section and GitHub page is currently disabled. Select a source below to enable GitHub pages for this repository. It's clearly instructing. So if I will go ahead, then I will be choosing main. So once you will choose main, automatically it will take that from your root. So you can see that, and once I will be clicking on save, it will start deploying. Now that you have saved that, and if I will go here, you can see I have this brown dot is coming, right? If you will click on this one, it's processing for my website deployment. So this build will take some time, so you have to wait patiently. Once it will be done, then only we can have our URL generated automatically by GitHub engine. Once done with your deployment, you can see this tick mark over here. Now if I will go to settings again and I will head over to pages, then you can see already your site is live at this URL. So once I will be clicking on this URL, your website will be deployed. You can see this is the URL that has been generated and given by GitHub. You can share this URL with everybody. That's all for this video. I hope you liked the video. If you are liking my content, please do share and subscribe, and I will see you in a different video. Till then, bye bye.